What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. So it's been a while since we talked about this, but before we get started with today's video, I just remind you guys to subscribe to the channel with notifications on there so you guys don't miss out on any more great Modern Warfare 2 Remastered videos, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5, whatever else, any amazing great Call of Duty and other game content on the channel as well. And if you guys are excited for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, then make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up and let me know your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below. So, first off, let's discuss Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and what we know so far. So, we've had a lot of talk, it was actually last year that we were talking a lot about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, right? So, around March and April of last year, we had so many videos and stuff up on the channel talking about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered because there was in fact an Amazon listing posted from Activision's Amazon account that listed Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. And this popped up on their official account and then it was taken down. There was also some talk about the price because the price was going to be something like $40. So, we also had a lot of talk about it being campaign only, which the price did match up with it for $40 for a campaign only remaster rather than a full $60. And then we had a whole bunch of other sources come out about it too. So we had sources like Charlie Intel. Charlie Intel actually vouched for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered being real, and they said that they have actually seen materials for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and they could vouch that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was real, and then, of course, it was going to be campaign only. We got that huge controversy that came out about it, like Charlie Intel and all these other places confirmed that the game was real. So we had sources like Charlie Intel, Kotaku, Eurogamer, etc. all came out and were like, hey, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is real and it is happening, but it's campaign only. There's no multiplayer. And this sparked huge controversy because for the community to get Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, but without a multiplayer, it's like it defeats the whole purpose. Like, why would anybody want Modern Warfare 2 Remastered if it's not including multiplayer? So there was a ton of places confirming that it was real, and then the game was actually rated by the ESRB as well, and it got an official rating for the game, and the game was rated, and it was also rated by PEGI. And then after that, we also had information that the game appeared on an Australian classification board as well. So we had all these external sources saying that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was real and it was happening, and a lot of people are wondering, okay, well, can that stuff be faked? No, it can't be faked, but what does it mean? Well, it means that, obviously the game was classified and it was rated and all this other stuff, so at one point the game was real, but, there's a good chance that it was either canceled or whatever else. But here's thinking, Activision, why would they go through the whole process of, assigning developers to actually create this game, and apparently the game was pretty close to completion or whatever, and it was going to be campaign only, and then what, they just scrapped it? It was already rated and stuff, so it was at least pretty far along in development, and then they just decided to cancel it? Well, this is actually, all this stuff right here about this video about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, all this new information that we have is coming from the Gaming Revolution. He has a lot of leaks about Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, Black Ops 5 and stuff. And all these leaks so far are coming true, so I pretty much trust him when it comes to this stuff. But he says that the game was going to release last year, but it didn't because of the Dallas shootings, so it was delayed as to avoid controversy. And he says it's kind of ironic because Modern Warfare is supposed to be a very controversial game, and we've also heard this from a lot of different sources that in Modern Warfare you're going to be able to shoot civilians and this and that. But then again, for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered to come out, but, the Dallas shootings actually kind of delayed it, would make sense because, why would Activision want to release a video game where there's a mission where you just go through and you just purposefully just shoot civilians, and you're just it's an actual mission in the game where your whole objective is to gun down civilians right when there's an actual controversy like that where people actually lost their lives? Yeah, I would probably delay it too if I was Activision. And, the whole controversy, I'm pretty sure in Modern Warfare, you're not going to be forced to gun down people like you were in Modern Warfare 2. You probably have the option, but you're not going to be forced to like you were in that mission. So, basically, why haven't we heard about this then? If the game was going to release last year, why haven't we heard about this then? Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, it also wasn't announced alongside Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So Modern Warfare Remastered, if you remember that game back in 2016, it was announced alongside Infinite Warfare. You know, when the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer came out, it showcased Infinite Warfare, and at the very end of the trailer, it showcased Modern Warfare Remastered. And it's like, hey, if you buy like the Legacy Pro Edition of Infinite Warfare, you'll get Modern Warfare Remastered. But we didn't get anything like that with Modern Warfare. So if they actually were going to be releasing Modern Warfare 2 Remastered this year, they would probably bundle it together just like they did with Infinite Warfare. You know, they'd have this brand new Modern Warfare game, and they'd have that legacy Modern Warfare 2 Remastered game, you know, and that would really sell a lot of copies, especially if they're bundled together. Because then you get those legacy fans that really want to play Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and then you get these new fans that are really wanting to play this new game, Modern Warfare 2. And it's a win-win for everybody, you know. But why haven't we heard about it then? So according to the Gaming Revolution sources, he says that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered has been done, has been completed since April, and it has multiplayer included. So for over 3 months now, the game has been 100% completed. But why haven't we heard about it then? And this is something that I actually have been talking about for a long time now. I made a video or two about this where I've basically been like, yo, what happened to Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? Like, we heard everything about this like March, April last year, and then it all disappeared once Black Ops 4 was announced, and alongside Black Ops 4, you know, we didn't get anything about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. So what happened? And I was speculating that they were trying to take it kind of back, and they were like, okay, so everybody's upset that it's going to be campaign only. What if we go back to the drawing board, and we go back to development, and we actually create a multiplayer for this game? And that's what I was assuming they were doing, is that they were going back, they're actually going to create a multiplayer for the game, and then they were going to reapproach it and then release it, you know, instead of like having it be campaign only and have this huge controversy. So that's what I assumed happened, and that is what appears has happened, is that they went back and they continued with development, and they included a multiplayer with it, but it has been done since April. So why is it not released yet? Because if it's been done, what are they waiting for? The game's just sitting there on a bunch of hard drives, just waiting, never going to be played. Why has it not been released yet? So the Gaming Revolution says in his video about this, he says that one source that he's talked to about this, that has talked about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, he says that this source talked with Jason Schreier and corroborated with the Black Ops 4 article that he posted about like the working conditions at Treyarch and Activision, and kind of like the whole mess that went on pre-release to Black Ops 4. I made a video about this. You guys should totally go and check out. It's a really interesting read, talking about the behind-the-scenes stuff of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And so this source actually helped Jason Schreier with his article, and this guy also gave proof to the Gaming Revolution that Reaper was going to be coming to Black Ops 4, which, as we already know today, you know, the Reaper is going to be a new specialist returning in Operation Apocalypse Z for Black Ops 4, so that is, you know, another, like, proven piece of his track record to prove that this is real. But this source says that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered will include multiplayer. So there's several sources here that say that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is done and includes multiplayer. That was one source. Then here we have another source that says, hey, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered now includes multiplayer. So we have multiple sources saying multiplayer is now going to be included with it. And the same source that talked about Reaper to the Gaming Revolution, he also says that Modern Warfare 3 Remastered is in the works. Get that. Where apparently Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is done, includes multiplayer, but they're already working on Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. But he says that last time they checked and he heard about it, the game was really unfinished, and that was a long time ago. So what does this mean? Does this mean that, you know, the game, if it was a long time ago when it was unfinished, that the game, you know, could be finished by now? Or does that mean that they kind of gave up on it? Or, you know, what happened there? So my kind of guess as to what's going to happen here is that, you know, potentially we might see a situation kind of like Halo the Master Chief Collection, or what a lot of other games are doing, where they're bundling remastered games together. So potentially, you know, they're trying to remaster Modern Warfare 2 with multiplayer, and now they're also going to be trying to remaster Modern Warfare 3 with multiplayer. Then they're going to bundle them all together in one game, included with, say, maybe Modern Warfare Remastered. You know, the original one releasing in 2016 as just one big package to release. And since they completed Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, maybe now they're moving on and they're working on Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. And once they get that game done, they can release it as a bundle or something. That's just kind of my opinion about this, but that's basically all. That's what we're hearing about this. So there are no answers about the release date. He says that he talked to a lot of people and tried to get answers about the release date, and nobody knows anything about a release date. Nobody knows if it's coming this year with, say, Modern Warfare, if it's going to be like included with the Dark Edition of Modern Warfare. Nobody knows if it's going to be, say, campaign only at first. So kind of what they did with Modern Warfare Remastered is about a month before Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered came out, is that if you pre-ordered the game, you were actually given access to the campaign a month early, and so you could play through the campaign, get trophies and achievements and stuff. It was really cool. And then, a month later, that's when you could actually play multiplayer. Is it going to be a situation like that? Who knows? There's even been talk that maybe the game is going to come out 6 months after Modern Warfare. So maybe next summer, next May, next June or something like that, when Modern Warfare is really starting to kind of dip down and is not really, like super popular anymore. Like, obviously people are still going to be playing it. But, of course, every single year, Call of Duty really spikes, like October, November, December, and then throughout the year it goes down and people start kind of losing interest. They're doing other things with their lives. And then as soon as November comes back around, it spikes back up, and then it goes down again, spikes back up. It always does that. So maybe it's going to release next summer, to kind of like revitalize Modern Warfare and bring some more hype back to it. And there's even talk that maybe it's going to replace Black Ops 5 for next year. So, I have videos on the channel talking about this, but Treyarch is going to be making Call of Duty 2020, and is going to be making the Call of Duty game for next year, which is a 2-year dev cycle instead of 3 years. So maybe next year they're going to be giving Treyarch an extra year of development time, so they're going to be releasing Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 Remastered next year, and then in 2021 Treyarch is going to release their game, to give Treyarch more time for their game and to hopefully avoid more issues like cropped up with Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 with the development of those games, and how, say, like QA testers and stuff were treated, and the huge crunch time that was like really, apparent with those games. But we don't know anything about the release date. But next up, and lastly for this video, let's talk about what is going to be happening with multiplayer. So his source, the Game Revolution source, says that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered will have crossplay, but it's crossplay like you haven't seen it before. It's not crossplay between the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC like there is with Call of Duty Modern Warfare releasing this October. It's not that kind of crossplay, but instead it is crossplay between last generation. There's crossplay with the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So apparently, this isn't 100% confirmed or anything like this. This is just kind of my understanding of this, is that there's only going to be crossplay between the same family. So if you are trying to play Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on your PlayStation 4, you can only have crossplay and connect to people on the PlayStation 3. If you're playing on the Xbox One, you can only connect to people on the Xbox 360. So to me, this kind of makes no sense. And I'll get into this a little bit more in a little bit, but I think this is so weird that they would have a crossplay between PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, like a big triangle there with those 3 systems for Modern Warfare. But then for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, they would ditch that and instead have crossplay between last generation. Like, that just makes no sense. So they say that the inputs from the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One versions, for example, will all go to one server, and then the server will sort it out for whatever their respective platform is. So the server is going to determine, what console sent this input and what the output is going to be for that console. So I'm personally wondering about all these issues that are going to crop up with it. So I'm sure there's going to be issues with the remastered visuals and the new consoles and stuff. How are you going to really have crossplay between a next generation console and a last generation one? That makes almost no sense. And then there's also issues like voice chat. Are you going to be able to even communicate in the game through voice chat with last generation? What about dedicated servers? You're going to have dedicated servers, because how is an Xbox One player going to connect to an Xbox 360's local server? An Xbox 360 hosting it locally. How is somebody going to connect to that? There's obviously going to have to be dedicated servers. Also, what is going to happen? It's apparently going to be the same game from back in 2009, so there's not going to be anything changed with this game. So multiplayer is going to be the exact same with all the same issues and bugs and everything like that. And that's, kind of a controversial topic. Some people are wanting the game to stay the same. Other people are wanting it to change. So apparently it's going to be the same as it was back in 2009. So you're going to be able to constantly get noob-tubed and, You know, there's also obviously a lot of hackers and modders on the Xbox 360 and PS3. So they're either going to have to update those games with a new wave of bans and stuff, a new like anti-cheat methods and stuff, or I don't know. That it just really kind of makes no sense to me. So why would this happen? Why would they have any sort of crossplay with last generation? Personally, I think it's more effort than it's worth. Like, there's no purpose behind this, because honestly, if this was the case and you could play with people from last generation, what's stopping the average person from going out to GameStop and buying a copy of Modern Warfare 2 for $5-10 and playing with their friends on the next generation? No. Activision wants people to go out and spend $60 on this brand new game, so when they have the option to go out and buy a used copy where they don't see any money for like $5 and play that with their friends still, no, that makes no sense. And it still makes no sense as to why they would go through all this effort to try and get crossplay between last generation when there's no benefit. Nobody cares about that. Everybody's okay with the game having its own separate remastered multiplayer, only available in this next generation, and everybody would want crossplay between Xbox One, PS4, and PC. That's what people want. People want crossplay between that, not last generation. It just makes no sense. So this is kind of why I'm a little speculative of this leak. And I'm like, I don't know, man. This is really kind of sketch, and I think this is just kind of like, this is dumb. So he says that a bunch of developers have actually brought in their Xbox 360s and PS3s, and they have dev kits for those and trying to fix it and stuff. There was also recently apparently an update to the Modern Warfare 2 game on the Xbox One for backwards compatibility, but it was like a 500 megabyte update or something like that, so it's not like a tiny insignificant update. But I don't know, man. It just makes kind of no sense to me as to why you'd have Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer linked in with last generation. The game's apparently been done for several months. We haven't heard anything. Modern Warfare 3 Remastered is being worked on. And I don't know. Like, apparently you can, on your Xbox One, you can either play this new multiplayer with the remastered graphics, or you could go out to GameStop, pay $5, and you could play the old gen on your exact same console. You don't even need an Xbox 360 because the game's backwards compatible. So, I don't know. Makes no sense to me, dude, but we're just going to have to see how this all turns out. That is the leaks. I mean, there is track records of proof that these leaks have been legit, but I don't know, man. This one just doesn't seem legit to me personally, but you never know, man. You never know. So, there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think this is fake? I think this whole last generation thing, like I said, I think that's really fishy that the game would be platform with last gen. That's just, I think, completely bogus. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts about this. Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, what do you guys think about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? Do you want it to keep like the same old things from 2009 about like one-man army, danger close noob tubes? Do you still want that stuff? Or do you want like a kind of an updated version of that where they kind of, you know, make some changes and nerfs and stuff? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up if you're excited for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you guys don't miss out on any more great Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5, Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare 2 Remastered videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.